Hey, what's up, guys? Hope you can hear me fine. I got my setup kind of different for beginning, at least. Gonna hang out, chill out, get into some news shortly. But first, we're gonna be building a Lego set. I haven't played Legos in a while, and I saw one where it's like, ooh, I don't just want to sit on that, flip it in the future. I want to play with this, want to build it. Love it. Let me show you. Got us the Camino set. It's Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter from Camino. I'm building it like this. Hope that's fine for y'all. What's up, Derpy Entertainment Legos? That's right. First, though, I want to share this goodie. One second. There we go. All right. Yuck. Screw you, buddy. I just want to give an update. If you haven't backed, please consider so. It's the best way to support me is send a message through here for a super chat. Only 3% off versus a 30 that YouTube takes. But it's whatever you prefer. We're at 6 backers. We're at 175%. This is a storefront, so I don't have any due date. But all 6 backers thus far, you have had your posters sent. I have sent you an email with the tracking number. So yeah, thank you so much thus far. Appreciate it. It's going in the Methgator coffer. I'm not sure what my specific goal is. I'm guessing like 5K. Not for this necessarily, but you know what I can save all collectively. We're almost at $200 earned on YouTube. Thus far, so we'll be getting paid out this month. First time. Appreciate y'all's support. Links in the description from the back. Let me say out of the chat, we got Revoyer. I hope I'm saying that right. It says Lego. Yuck. What? It says meth. Meth gators. Add double. Gina blocked me on Twitter. Probably Drunk 3PO's doing on me, telling her to work on that OnlyFans account. Nice. Yeah, I have mixed feelings about Carano. Definitely. Got Tevin Daniels here. Saying what's up. Good evening. This should be interesting. Yeah, we got a lot of interesting things. We might have some people pop in the chat. Possibly Katie will pop in, stream with me. First bit, we're going to build this Lego set. It's not too big, so it's not going to take that long. I haven't built Legos in a while, and I love me Camino. It's very little memorabilia for Camino. I'm very surprised they have not done a sideshow piece of like one of the Kaminoans. I'd love them to do the female here, Tanway. Honestly, yeah, sure, Darth Talon, Twi'leks, they're hot, but honestly, I think there's something sexy about the Kaminoans, not in the Lego version, of course, but just find an appeal there. All right, so we're gonna figure out. All right, they got this new thing now, punching open instead of ripping just like a nice seam. So that's a bit annoying, but let's dig into this. And let me know how y'all are doing in the chat. Let's box out of the way. Do I sound all right? Do you hear me fine? Because I got the mic like up kind of above my mouth, so I can actually engage this. Of course, 3PO is doing his take on this. Yeah, we'll be looking at the article soon after I build this. All right, so this is number 1. All right, set these guys aside. We got the stickery doos. I love the Clone Wars era. My favorite ship actually is the Republic gunship. Let me know what your favorite Star Wars ship is. Finish your part-time shift one of the local cineplaces. Nice. I've always wanted to work in a theater. For whatever reason, it just never worked out for me. Never gotten back to me. I feel like I'm overqualified, probably. Hence, I work in factories. I'm definitely not going to make money working in a theater, but it would save me a little bit. There's not really anything to see lately, the last year or so. Besides, like Avatar 2. Marvel movies, just because it's kind of obligatory being a comic guy and having watched the series. I love the fresh, crisps. Let's do some ASMR here. Yeah, we got us a Lego bag, people. You like that crunchy? Yeah. So we'll be making us some Camino Lego set. All right, now it's time to listen to the flipping of the pages. Oh, yeah, you like that? You hear that? That's a Lego book. Oh my God. I don't know why your chat's not coming down. There we go. Revier says, he called me a Gina hater for asking him how much would he pay for OnlyFans. She'd make a killing. There's a lot of simps. She's busted up. She's like 40 though. I don't get the simping for her. I mean, I do because she's like a political martyr for the cause. I do think she was unjustly fired, but still. All right, let's start flipping through this book. We're on to one. So you see, this is what bag one will get us. Gets us the core of the ship. All right, so let's put Obi-Wan together. Let me get rid of my hat. This is in the way of the mic. Yeah, Katie. Yeah, I was joking at the ASMR stream. I'm subbed to, the famous No Spicy Girl, my cherry crush. It's funny that she got a lot of following or notoriety from that NPC thing she was doing. Her and the black chick that was also doing like, ice cream's so good. It's like, I peruse the hub of prawn. I know who. What's her name? What's her name? My cherry crush. Yeah, I've known for her. Kind of crazy, actually. She's as old as Margot Robbie, and she looks as good as Margot Robbie looks. She'd actually be a much better Barbie candidate. But yeah, Katie, if you're interested, I sent you the link to join in, hang with me. We're building this first, then we'll be covering Gina Carano, Rob Liefeld, Horseman. I think Katie got a clip for us of Mr. July. All right, so that's good. I'm gonna keep him in his hood. I do not like. That's like one of the aesthetic things I hate in episode 2 is Obi-Wan's long hair because it's like mulletous, even though it's not actually a mullet. I don't know. It just always drove me nuts. Like one of the minor things in prequels. I'm like, I hate that. All right, start here. Get this guy. You know how long it's been since I've played with Legos. I got a bunch I need to actually put together and put on eBay. Clear some space. All right, what are we doing here? We need one of these. Shit, I'll have to pick that up. Luckily, I got a hardwood floor, so I won't get lost in the carpet like when I was a kid. Let's see what's going on here. You were hyped for being that Rangers the New Republic show. Nah, screw that. I hate the Rebels, so I don't want to see a Rebel show. Last of Us 2 documentary is the biggest piece of shit media I've seen. I haven't seen that. I do like Last of Us. I haven't really played the game much, but I do like the environment they're building. What's up, George Bonnie? Good to see a member here in the chat. All right, get this going. So we got 2 rows of this. Okay, let me get the lightsaber put together. Well, you know, it's funny they did Lego movies because when I was a kid, I'd make my own versions of like Lego stuff. You know, it's like Legos weren't just let me get the set and that's it. It's like I buy Legos based on what I think I might be able to build in the future. You know, I want to make like a Star Wars castle or something. And there's always a goal of mine to like get a good camera and do like stop motion. And then you see they make the Lego movies. I'm like, damn it. That's what I want to do. Went far beyond my expectation in those Lego movies. I haven't seen number 2, but Batman and the first Lego movie, amazing. Didn't really like the Lego movie Batman at first. Felt too... I still think it's a little too TikTok-y in its like pacing. But it's all right. All right, need a couple of these guys. You don't know how awkward this is having the mic right in my face doing this. Where are we? Yeah, feel free to offer any commentary in the chat. I'll acknowledge it while we're building. Don't know if Tony's going live tonight or not. Probably is. It's Tuesday, but it might do a Vito stream. We'll see. I'll hop in if he puts the link out. All right, so got this new piece. I do like how they stage all these pieces, like in like, all right, here's part 1, here's part 2, but it kind of removes some of the fun. I don't know if y'all resonate with that or not. It removes some of the fun of like digging, you know, but then it does make it quicker to build. So more of an adult problem, I think. Let me see. I'm trying to see how the focus looks on this. I don't really know how to fix the focus any better if it looks a little blurry for y'all. Let me see if I can adjust it. All right, we put on auto, see if that helps. There we go. Yeah, I put on auto for y'all. Sweet. All right, now I need a white piece. What the hell? Yeah, there we go. How's y'all's day going? Okay, I need these guys. We do it 2 times. All right, so punch that bad boy through. Won't be able to at this moment fixing dinner for the kids. You know, no, that's all right. I'll probably be going on for over an hour, so that's fine. If you need to take some time, definitely do real world stuff first. Just chilling out before I gotta go to work tomorrow. Luckily, this month I'm on days. Next month we'll be figuring out meandering around, doing all American beef for my night shift. I'll have to do it in the daytime. Surprised how y'all turned up last time I did a day stream. All right, get that. We're gonna interlock them. Interesting. Definitely interested to see. This might be the cockpit piece. Folds up. We'll figure that out. Let me look at the box real quick. I like to try to like kind of guess where we're going when we're building. Shit. All right, so that's like the still image. I'm not very far from the camera, so it's hard to like angle it for y'all. Yeah, I'm not really figuring out where this bending piece is how that's gonna affect the build, because the cockpit's towards the front. So you saw a long play for that Contra game on the Wii. Kind of wish that team made a Metal Gear arcade game. Not much of a gamer, so I couldn't tell you about that. I've only played Metal Gear, I think it's 5, like the newest one, 5 or whatever. Played, I don't know, maybe 20% of it. I like the open world aspect, but then you start doing this weird spirit stuff or whatever. I just don't, it didn't really match up with the gameplay up to that point. So I'm like, if this is like canonical, it just threw me for a loop. It took me out of the game. But again, I'm not much of a gamer. It takes me a long time to ever actually finish a game. Like every time I play Witcher 3, I end up having to like restart because I'm like, what was I doing? How do you play this game? So I like play for a while, then I crash. I don't know if y'all relate to that or not. Need one of these pieces. Kojima's sniffing farts with these movie-style games now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind the cinematic aspect of games. I know gamers, I guess, hate it. Trying to be cinematic, but I appreciate that. Trying to lift the art form, in my opinion. Because games are easy to just, throw away as like, well, it's just for kids. So I like them trying to diversify. Boom, boom. This piece. And that. Okay. All right, now we're building something interesting. Starting to get into the New Republic red. I find it interesting that Lucas went with like this like dark red, but then the green as well. It's definitely an interesting contrast. I just love the vibrancy of the prequel era. Dungeon Master Blaster says, I can't stand Kojima, so pretentious. Yeah, I don't really have an opinion. What are they famous for? This is a strange piece right here. Gotta put this little tiny piece right here. Okay. Very awkward piece to get on. You like the little background music? Is it too loud? Is it too soft? Let me know. Rovier likes what you said, Dungeon Blaster. He has taste for movies, I'll tell you that. Who do you mean? The Kojima or whatever? Bucks and Broadswords says, I hope you're building that in steel-toe boots. Don't need an accident if some pieces fall off and you break a foot stepping on them. Oh yeah, I've had that happen before as a kid. I had like the bottom drawers full of Legos, and I'd rebuild stuff or build new stuff from them. And one time I had them all strung out, and then I was on my knees, and for some reason I had to like crawl across the Legos, and then I got like a cramp in my back of my thigh. My hamstrings was like, and so I had to like fall onto more Legos. It's very painful. Okay, let's get that one out of the way. Find this. Where is this piece? There we go. Okay, now we add that. All right, so I'm assuming this is the front of the ship. This is where we're at so far. I like when they devote like a whole sheet to one little piece. There you go. All right, now we're on to nicer looking part. So we're on 3 deep. I don't have steel toes. I have composite toe. Yeah, saves you a little weight getting the composite toe. Yeah, all right. This is the front. I always love these like plain style pieces, the angles. Just always fun to me. I need to figure out rebuilding it. I made this cool ass I always loved tanks when I was a kid. Like I got into like the Russian tanks, like the T-34. Not really into the German stuff because most of the German stuff's ugly to me, even if it's practical. Besides like the King Tiger. King Tiger is amazing, but love all the angular styles they started introducing in World War II with tanks, and made a really cool turret, but I didn't have enough pieces to make a body, so then I ended up making like a hover tank where the turret is the whole tank, and put a few like Batman pieces on it for like I think they're like engine pieces or something, but I made them like they were aesthetically they're supposed to be like the idea was they were like smoke for like camo or something, like, you know, concealment. All right, need some stickers on this bitch. Let's see. Be number 5. There we go. Buckstrom says, you'd help your brother sometimes, but I was full Barbie mode back then. Yeah, but it's fun to say Panzer. It's a cool word. All right, now we're flipping this. What are we building underneath? Okay, so first we gotta take this. It is nice to have this music. I don't know if y'all like it, but it's nice for me. It fills in the void. That we don't have like Eric July moments of just How you all coming from the Clippa stream? Let me know. I was on there for a while. Clip and Rippa. Okay. I mean, I know what we're building, but it's like seeing it get to that point. That's always the fun of it. Okay. And that. And right here. Yeah, it's a vibe for sure. Yeah. As a kid, I got into I don't know what they call it now, but on what is it? On like DirecTV, they have the music channels at like the very back of their catalog. I always liked the Zen channel. That's how I found Portsaid. If any of y'all like chill music, Portsaid's beautiful. I love the singer. She's got such a tragic voice. All right, so this must be the back side. That's my guess. And we are combining here. This has got to be the front. Interesting. All right, let's see. Okay. Excuse me. I always hate these tiny pieces like this. I'm always paranoid I'm going to drop it and lose it. Here we go. And one more. Okay, it's probably going to be building 2 of these. That's going to go here on the side. Nice. So I got to build the opposite. There we go. What kind of music you like, Buxom, bro? Yeah, YouTube streams are like Twitch, where you have to watch what music you play because of DMCA. Yeah, the EVS stream we did, the last one we did, I had to re-upload it. Luckily, with StreamYard, you have like a library from what you've streamed, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to download it to re-upload using for whatever reason, like AC/DC. Of course, that's like my favorite band. That's where my channel name's from, and you can't. What the hell? 1 second. Something isn't adding up here. Okay, I figured it out. Put one piece in the wrong spot. Throws everything off. There we go. See how I was saying, I played Shoot to Thrill. When I looked on the creator music area, it can tell you like what's copyright or not and what is like blocked. Almost everything AC/DC is blocked, but it says Shoot to Thrill and Hell's Bells are available. So I played Hell's Bells to start the stream, the video, but the video got taken down after the stream was over. So my assumption is I could only have played the music over different imagery. Couldn't use the video. So that's why you never see AC/DC on my channel, actually, unless it's like a cover. And it's hard to find a good cover that's live of a band that sounds good for a stream. So unfortunately, I just have to refrain and try to find stylistic stuff like it. But it takes time and trying to stream to y'all people. So all right, here we go. Metal, oldies, dark synth, psychobilly. Well, AC/DC is my favorite classic band, but my favorite modern band is Mastodon. Oh, by the way, I'm going to see Ryan Long tomorrow with Hoff here in Columbus, so that'll be nice. We went last month to see Tim Dillon. I actually like the middle opener before him better. We got more laughs from her. Ironically, a woman. Usually women are not good comedians, but she was pretty good. There was, of course, like the lady, yeah, my vagina stuff, but like she had like a self-awareness with her style, so I appreciated that. A little different. But yeah, Mastodon's my favorite modern band. And it's funny too, because I got into other stuff derivative in the same field of music because of them, like High on Fire. They're not great, but I like Snakes for the Vine's a great record. And Gojira. There's some other stuff in that realm that I've gotten into. System of a Down is also one I got into because of Mastodon, even though they were already kind of done by the time Mastodon got some popularity. Yeah, I'm always behind the curve with what's popular. I find it way later. Like my first independent, my first seeking of music was like the 60s. Jimi Hendrix, The Doors, Summer Love type music. And then Got into Tool. Still love me some Tool. Let's see. Let's get this. All right, so we're doing this twice, so I might as well build it twice. So I'm having to retrace my steps. All right, so boom, boom, boom. This must be for like the thrusters on the back. That's my guess. Oh, wrong color. There we go. All right, some white. And it gets capped off with that. Got one. And oh, come on. Am I missing a piece? Nope, it's right there. Under the camera. There we go. Sweet. Let me put these. Yeah, these are definitely the thrusters. Nice. Got that. Okay. I see. It's going to clip on the side. Nice. Something about Star Wars ships. I saw a question on Twitter. It's like, outside of Star Wars, not counting Star Wars, what's your favorite ship? And it's like, I honestly don't give a fuck about ships outside Star Wars. Star Wars just is like, it takes the cake. And they have like the best designs. All right, and then okay, making it streamlined. That's cool. Let's see. So that's gonna go right there. Fish is your favorite? Jesus Christ! Why am I talking to you, Katie? Is Fish? Is that the band that does South Park? Let me look up Fish really quick. Fish. Did they do Devil Went Down in Georgia? Are you from Virginia, Katie? I know you say you live out there, but are you from there? Or are you from more south than that? Huh. I'll have to dig into Fish. See if they got anything I like. We'll figure that out. I'm not going to play it here. All right. Now we're getting to Kaminoan, my favorite Star Wars people. Right, so this is the progress of the first bag. There's 3 bags. This bag looks less intensive, so. Oh yeah. You like that, guys? You like that? This Lego ASMR. Gotta get that shit out of the way. Alright, let's build my girl. She doesn't even have legs. It's just a block. We got 2 of our 3 characters. Got Obi-Wan with his hood. And what's her name? Tonway. It's weird because Lama Su is the guy that Obi-Wan hangs out with. All right, let's see what we got here. 2 of these bad boys. To the back. Oh, you went to see Death Clock and Mastodon? Oh, Oh man, that sounds awesome. I really like Metalocalypse. They really got, even like their stupid lyrics, they got great music. Great band. All right, where are we? Okay, interesting. So, gonna need that. 2 of these. Where's this black piece? All right, so this is. Oh, actually, I don't know if this is gonna be the cockpit or not. And there's the black piece. So this might be for the cockpit. This might be for the. It's got this hinge. It's probably gonna be for the glass of the cockpit. That's my guess. All right, so add that right there. And then there we go. Let's see. Okay, they are the South Park band. I do love me some South Park. If you don't know, Katie, Rookie got me into South Park. I was always a Family Guy guy because South Park is limited to me in its range to like come into, because like all the plots are like you have to know the politics going on at the time to really appreciate the humor, and it just feels limiting to me. But I've come around. I really appreciate South Park. It's one flaw of those guys to me is their pretentiousness with like Family Guy. Because it's like they're complaining about like some of the stupid cuts they'll do, and it's like, yeah, wait, I've seen repeated dumb cuts by y'all. It's like comedy has a range to it. So like both can be funny. They both take skill to achieve what you're going for. And Family Guy's kind of smart with some of their cuts because it's like they'll be like, "Oh, it's like that time with blah blah blah," and you're like, "Wait, who?" Then you look up who the person is, and it's like it kind of makes you to appreciate the joke, makes you look into the context. So it makes you a little smarter, even if it's like throwaway stuff. So I like that. All right, so we need this guy. This looks like it's a control panel. Where is... There it is. Nice. Shit. Family Guy's part sketch show. Yeah, exactly, DJ Gravy Mix. Thanks for joining. Best cartoon band ever. Oh, Death Clock, yeah. Yeah, they're pretty awesome. Get that out of the way. And where's the other piece? It'd be fun if I miss a piece and it's on screen for y'all and I'm missing it. I could just imagine I'll be like Blue's Clues or Door. It's like, it's over there, God, you know, I can't hear you. I always hated Dora for that shit. Being a Blue's Clues kid, and then Dora's a new thing, and then they're like, it's over there, and she's like, where is it? And like, there's no crowd in the show actually telling her. It's just her talking to you, but she's like, where is it? Oh, over there? That always irritated me. I feel like I was kind of neurotic for a kid in certain ways. All right, so this is definitely going to be the cockpit right here. So I wonder, this must be where the R2 unit's going to be. The astromech droid's going to go. All right, we're figuring this out. All right. So, take this and add number 1. One and 3. Okay. Yeah, I always like these type of pieces too. These 3-dimensional angular pieces. It's very fun for someone who likes tanks and stuff. There we go. Oh, that's, yeah, I guess we're going to stick with that. It's a little off center. Don't know if I can pull it up. Yeah, I can. Okay. Try this one more time. Yeah, we will be looking at a thing of Ripa that Preacher Katie clipped. Katie just keeps doing good work. All right, now I'm lost. So you got that pit right there, but there's no hinge. So this might be interchangeable, or we have it, or we have the astromech. Yeah, it looks like the astromech's actually going to go on the wing. So I don't even know why we have this So let me show you. This is interesting. They have you purposely build a hollow spot right there, but then you're putting this right over it, and there's no hinge. So that's curious. All right, so on the side, I'm going to be putting there. God damn it. You don't know how your luck's going to run out at some point. No, don't have that attitude. Because then you're just always expecting to fail. It's always in the back of your head. You just got to keep rolling. My thing, so that's to Katie, and the chat can, I guess, know, but you know, I've been doing this YouTube stuff for years, and me and Rookie, that's like my longest friend. It's YouTube and stuff, and we watch a lot of stuff over the phone because he's out in Washington, so we watch a lot of stuff over the phone if we're not streaming or whatever. And we made the Phantom Collective, which is gone by the time you've popped up in this Ripa detractor sphere. But there's this guy. We made the collective, so it's 5 of us. It's me, Rookie, Jeff the Iron Wolf, and Sith Kryptonian. This guy flipped out. Rookie's still in kind of flipped out, if I'm not mistaken. I've lost contact with him, but I'm open to rekindling that friendship. He's always cool with me, so no ill will on between me and him that I know of. But this guy Sith Kryptonian, me and him had like very same like essay style videos, but his took off for whatever reason. He had a video just like boom. He was also kind of like the Avengers. All right, so we made the we kept like popping up each other's like Twitter sphere. Yeah, a few, I guess, mutuals pop up. Trunk 3PO was part of this era. Ironically, I guess, in hindsight. But he made this thing called the Senate. And so he was kind of like the X-Men. Or he was kind of like the Wolverine. Where like you could say the Phantom Club was like the Avengers. And then the Senate was like the X-Men or vice versa. He was on both teams, the Sith Kryptonian guy. So that was cool. But the whole idea was that we were going to make this group channel where we could all like upload stuff. It didn't have like a schedule or anything because like you can't really force creativity. But yeah, he So Tony, he took off. He had a video. I think it hit like 100,000 views or something. It was crazy. It was a really good video. And it was irritating to me because it's like, what the fuck? Like, what's he doing right that I'm not? So we make the same kind of videos. And I voiced this, not really of like, fuck you. It was just like, man, what the hell? What am I doing wrong? And he internalized this as like I was out to get him, or I guess. I don't know why. It just gave me a fire of like, well, that video didn't take off, so I just got to keep putting in the same effort in the next one, you know. That was always my view, but he internalized this as like I'm after him, I guess, which is idiotic. And I think this always led to like a secret resentment of me or something. That I was like looking for him to fail, which is crazy. It's like I'm not trying to like swindle you out of your following or anything. I'm just trying to figure out how to like get the same payoff of like people seeing your creativity, your introspection. It just never panned out for me the way I did him, but it was fleeting because he had like a bell curve and he kind of normalized. And then like he just like bitched out. He would never upload anything for our channel, even though he agreed to be part of it. It was just, I don't know, it's funny where it's like, don't live with a scarcity mentality. You just always put the same effort in what you're doing, regardless if it's winning or not getting seen. That's how I work. It's just, I'm always waiting for something to just take off. But fortunately, YouTube's also like an algorithmic thing. And if you're like kind of typecast yourself as a Star Wars channel and you're like stuck to that. That's why I've never like stuck to one thing. So I just call my channel a catch-all. That I have a lot of interests, so I can't just stick to one thing. And it's really not smart to, whatever hindrance I might have not getting a big falling off of one thing, you know. Drunk Theory got very lucky with The Mandalorian, because he was thinking about diversifying his channel and switching to like Marvel stuff, because he's like a Thor and Punisher fan. This is what he told me when we were cool. And I was always wondering, like, yeah, man, it's the problem if you like typecast yourself as a channel, even though you might get more benefit on that grift, on that. I mean, they was grifting, but like on that grift, on that genre of video or whatever, Star Wars. If you just stick to one thing, you're stuck. So that's why I never played into that. And yeah, it seemed from when we were talking that he was going to possibly quit covering Star Wars and switch up to be a Marvel channel. And then Mandalorian took off, so it kind of saved him to not have to change. Seen a few of your streams and love the input everyone has. Is there a plan to get Extra Hero a better mic? Love his comments. Yeah, Extra Hero's not bad. Let me see, this is 13. Does Extra Hero actually have like a channel? Do you know, Katie? I know he uploaded on like Geek Getaway once or twice, talking about like the Marvels. He seems kind of SJW. Not like I don't trust him or something, just like he has a more SJW take on stuff, or he feels kind of. I worry about channels like that or creators that like Matt Jarvo. I think Matt Jarvo's got a lot of good commentary about film stuff, but then he'll like just fall to be opposite of Nerdrotic, where it's like he feels like he's kind of entrenched where it's like I got to go against Nerdrotic, so I got to say the opposite instead of being like, well, you got it right actually about something, you know. I think that's just as bad as being a grifter like Nerdrotic and company. All right, so need that and your white piece. That might be over here. So far I'm building lopsided right now. Only focus on one side, given the directions. It's not my choice. This is a weird piece. I've not really seen a piece like that. Very small, but it's got this angular thing going up. So that goes here. Part of me is worried, like, man, it's supposed to be boring, but it's like, I don't know, people do gaming streams. I think gaming's boring, so generally speaking, unless I'm actually doing it. Game I got really hooked on lately. I've never beat it just because it's such a intensive game. The time you got to put in, I always get burnt out and switch factions. Rome Total War. I'm a huge Rome Total War guy. I've never beaten the game. I've gotten very close. I've definitely taken over a lot of the map, whatever faction I am. I like playing Hellenic or Roman. Unfortunately, with that game, if you're a barbaric, like the Gauls, the Germanics, the Scythians, Britons, Dacians. They're set up to like they only get to level 3 because they're barbarians. So they never get brick walls. They never get more advancements that the Hellenics and the Egyptians and the Romans get. So it's kind of disincentivized you to want to play as them, especially if you're trying to like fortify yourself in like North Europe and then you got to take on Rome. Rome will be industrialized to a point that you can't really compete effectively. So it's just like it's no real point to play as them. Alright, here we go. And we need number 11. There we go. Let me see. Yeah. Rookie from the physical media. That's my buddy. Don't know how to help him. Thank you for the next comments. Glad you enjoyed them. I was worried I sucked this past Saturday. No, you did fine. Wait, what do you mean who? Where the hell am I putting this? Okay, that's why it's lopsided. So it's gonna go. What the hell? How is this? Oh, okay. I get it now. All right, so that's the piece I was working on. It's on the back. Just was not making sense at first. All right, let's see. Yeah, now if you go about live streaming like Joe Rogan, if you like internalize his style, I think you'll be fine. Just talk to people. Like you might have a set goal of like what you're talking about, but good streams are going to meander into tangents and stuff. That's my view. So, will I ever hit Rogan levels? I doubt it. It's so improbable. But I think he really solidifies the style you should go for streaming when you have guests on. That's just me, though. Other people want to have it all formatted and segments, and it's not organic to me. It feels canned. It feels like something CNN would do. You know, and people are leaving watching CNN because they don't like this canned segments, and no one has like in-depth discussion or clarification. Some answers you can't just say yes or no to. You know, it's like legalism. It doesn't work. It's not organic. Yeah. Streaming can be nerve-wracking, sure. I kind of have the type better than I talk problem. Do you have a channel, Bucks and Broad? Let me see. Go to channel. No, you don't have. But I do like your profile picture of is that Jane Mansfield, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know what she's ever acted in, why she's popular, besides her tits. I dabble in streaming games on Twitch as a hobby, but needed that liquid courage. Yeah, I'm not one to drink, really. Not against it. I'm not like a Puritan or something, but just I'm not a drinker myself, really. I'll have a few shots maybe, but there's just the calorie intake too, where it's like, I'm already fat. I don't need to be good at drinking. All right, now we're working on the wing. Hell yeah. We're about to get this bad boy rolling. So, boom. Add that. Nice. All right, so we're building the red wing. I love this color too. I was supposed to. Okay. I'm sorry, what? Kia Ara. What? What are you saying, RB? Don't do any YouTube things right now. Alright, so then we... Okay, it's going to go on those. Boo-doo-doo. Just saying sure. Well, what's up? Kia Oro was a fruity orange drink. Huh. I did try an orange liquor a couple months ago. It was pretty good. I can't remember the name of it, though. I'll have to grab it later. All right, nice. All right, it's pretty long, actually. Wait a minute, am I missing a piece? Okay, that's what it was. Legos are relaxing. I don't know if y'all feel the same. Nice. Look how nice and angular that's getting. Love it. Here means Kia Ora means hello in New Zealand. Okay. Are you from New Zealand, RB? Definitely love to go someday. Go see the Shire. What do y'all have in New Zealand? If you're from there, what do y'all have besides like Lord of the Rings for tourism? Definitely interested. All right. Excuse me. Oh, yeah, this last piece to the end. The screen piece. Looks pretty fucking cool. Besides Republic Gunship, that's the troop carrier. I really love all the Jedi Starfighter's pretty cool. I really like Anakin's and Obi-Wan's in Episode 3. That's a fun set to build. The original Episode 3 set. I haven't played with the newer one, but I love that big cockpit shape and stuff. So. Yeah, I like the little white accents with the red. It just looks great. And again, thank you all for hanging out with me. Maori language. Yep, you're from New Zealand. You're a rugby man, pure rugby. Never gotten to rugby. So we got football here in America, which is definitely, and thanks to rugby being a sport, but I think football is superior. But it looks like rugby's a good time too. Different rule set. Let's see what we got here. Gonna add that. I don't know if I'm gonna add all the stickers. I will later. All right. Yeah. See, I hate when you're building a wing. You do like, you know, essentially they're like a third compared to a full piece. Don't even have a full piece right now, but so I noticed there was definitely a transition when I was a kid into like the Star Wars prequel era of Legos. These thin pieces, so are not common, and they measure to about a third height of a normal piece. So that was always like a little math you had to keep in your head if you're trying to make comparable stuff and you run out of a certain piece. But yeah, also building with these pieces, it's like flimsy for like structure, especially the longer you build. So it's cool that they integrate like this reinforcement bars and stuff. Even if there's like an aesthetic reason, that's just something I always enjoyed. Richie Dupe says egg ball. Richie Dupe says rugby union players are hard as nails. RV says All Blacks are playing Fiji in San Diego September. Are you going there? Coming from New Zealand? 1,100 watching drunk stream for 77,000 channel. You expect a lot more. I don't know. EVS has twice as much. He gets 3K for his trash gas, so it's not bad. I don't think that's bad. Like, most people aren't subbing to be. I don't know. I don't watch Drink 3P. I haven't watched them in years, but I'm assuming a lot of people are watching his like video commentary. Maybe they'll stick around for live streams. And it's just now 6:30 Eastern, so half the country's just now getting off work, so you don't know what the replayability is. Well, I don't know. The metrics are weird to figure out. All right, get that piece on. Should probably have tweezers to do this properly. It's always this. That's the other reason I hate doing stickers on pieces, because it's like always never quite straight enough. You're always going to get it crooked or something, or have to pull it back off, or it's just you're going to lose a stick if you pull it off. So you got to settle. That's another reason I hate stickers on stuff. I miss when they would do like just have like the imprint logo on a piece without needing a sticker. I'm going to definitely need. That piece. It's funny too. It's going through. Me and Ricky were watching Batman Dark Knight Returns Part 2 last night. Somehow we were talking about people saying like, no way Batman could ever beat Superman. Just like, well, I mean, realistically, power set wise, like, sure, there's no comparison, but that's why Superman sucks. And anyway, he like brought to mind a Fatal J tweet, so I looked it up, found it's like, this is so gay, this Superman shilling, and then I saw him blocked by the guy, which is hilarious. It's just like, I don't know if you any Snyder people here or anti-Snyder people, but he definitely made a splash being a Snyderverse channel. I go way back. I was his first stream. And he blocked me, I guess, because I'm a detractor. But he's always kind of skeevy, in my opinion. He goes up there. There was a time when I came back to streaming a couple years ago and had him on to promote his whatever his Ninja War book was. And then I find this guy blocked me. Or, well, at that point, he unblocked me because I was following him, and I found a DC thing. I was like, oh, fuck, dude, like, this would be great for Jay to cover. He's a DC channel now, so let me send this to him. And I want to say it was within like a week, you know. I was going to send him this, and it's like, what the fuck? This guy unblocked me because I wasn't following him, and I couldn't message him because I wasn't following him. So I'm like, I'm like, why would you unblock me? That's so gay. So that was funny. So that's going to go here. Let's see where we're at. I think it's going to go here. Looks about right. Okay, so this is probably going to clip in to make it. Yeah. Okay, I think I know what's going to happen. Still got a few more pieces to put on the swing, though. It's kind of cool how much is devoted to just this wing. I'm enjoying it. not it. There. Nope. There you go. So you got one spacer. Yeah, one spacer. Let me check the chat. You've seen channels with 100K get 20 viewers. Yeah, exactly. There's no way to gauge success stream wise on big channels. I'm more concerned about Gina. Drunk had like 4K subs first time I watched him. Far out, only 18:30 on the East Coast, nearly 1 p.m. here. One of the G&G members, Mark the Cyborg, has 7.62, yet every stream has 5 people watching, and he's the only one not making political crap. Well, again, he's not pandering. I just pretty much, I'll watch, I'm sub to Geeks and Gamers because they're worth being subbed to like see what is people talking about. If you're kind of lost for a topic, they're definitely going to flood the algorithm with junk. But, yeah, don't really watch them. Don't watch their whole hive of channels. I guess Mark Cyber's a good guy. I don't know. It's nice to know that there's one channel that doesn't lean into political whatnot. I think it's good to do so, but it's definitely a over-reliance on woke, So that's nice, but still not interested. But yeah, it doesn't pay to like. Generally speaking, it doesn't pay to be like a positive channel. Unfortunately, this is the whole everything in entertainment. It really goes back to Trump Hillary. We were definitely for years before Trump Hillary going down in this rabbit hole of feminism and whatnot. But everything really ratcheted up and became outright, let's politicize everything with that election. Unfortunately. All right, let's see. I gotta put these two together. So let's see. Eric July busted his goo into me violently. I asked, "Do you even love me?" He replied, "You're one of my horsemen." Our eyes locked and it was created. I love that Renown's got a parody. It's hard to not want to jump on a hate train to build a channel, paint by numbers type shit. Yeah, it's funny. Like, I could have probably become a 10K channel if I just kept doing Captain Marvel stuff. This is before everyone figured out to just pander, to just make the same shit repeatedly. But I did like a couple videos. Like, I do a new one if like there was a new development that interests me. But it's like I was here to like, let me add worthwhile commentary, and then all right, we move on to the next thing that matters to me. Captain Marvel didn't matter to me besides like the overall argument about like media and wokeness, whatever. Oh shit, that's what's going on. So I was done with it. But if I just stuck to it and made mass Captain Marvel videos, I'd probably be a 10K channel. And it's like, I kind of got to kick myself for not doing it. Okay, interesting. Wonder where this is going to matter later. All right, so we're about done with this wing. Oh, okay, we're going to add a gun. Nice. It's got one of these little pop guns on the wing. Oh, man, I hope I didn't do that backwards. Nope, it's flush. It's supposed to be. All right. Okay, that's where. Anytime I drop a tiny piece like that, I'm just like, I just pucker up for a second. I'm like, oh God, I don't want to lose it down like a weird hole somewhere that I didn't realize I had on my table or something. Okay, so once you put something in, it's going to be like a trigger. I've seen these before, but the trigger mechanism wasn't flush if you didn't have a shot in. So we'll see what the shots are. All right, got the first wing done. Nice. I like that. It just sits there. I like that. The canted. I like the canted wing. It's such a cool little detail. Star Wars stuff. The angled. My favorite warplane of history is the F4U Corsair. So I love seeing angled stuff like that, like their bent wings. It's such a cool design. Apologies, Mark has 6.95 subs. So he has lost subs since last time. He was mad at me because this lady X-ray girl said that I was weird. Huh. Yeah, generally just, unless they actually have something worthwhile to like look into, of like usually them getting owned in some way, it's just not worth to ever look into those channels to me. Generally speaking, aside from my guest mark Cyborg, they're all just, grifters. They don't care about shit. That just rubs me wrong, man. Like, at the end of the day, I care about media. And that means, like, whatever my slant is about a thing, I don't want my political spectrum to just be in control. I don't want McCarthyism. I don't want what is now what I call reverse McCarthyism, with like just rampant woke weirdos and control everything. It's like you need both. And unfortunately, the left is way more prone to make art because the left can't meme and the right can't art. It's a general rule of thumb you should kind of internalize if you haven't already. Because the left is all about like lofty expectations, lofty ventures, or whatever you want to call it. And so like entertainment, it's all rooted in lying. You have to be able to like lie to bullshit to tell a good story, because it's not real, generally speaking. Or you're like fictionalizing a real story to make it more engaging, more entertaining, more dramatic. It's all rooted in lying. And the left is kind of prone to that for the benefit with art, for sure. The right is too stringent, they're too stuck on canon, dogma. And yeah, so you need both. You need the right to be like the objective, fact-based, skilled labor. And you need the left to have like grand ambitions. Both have their roles. That's how I see things. It's a little strange they demonize the left. Like if you have one different opinion on the left, they would kick you out, then say we would not do that on the right. Well, ISON wasn't good. Block him. Oh yeah, he should know that by now. It's within limitation. It's like what's going on with ISOM and stuff, Rupa, is this sector has coasted off of the easy wins to laugh at Disney and company for their failings. And they don't know how to process it happening to them. That, hey, you also made dog shit and people are laughing at it. They don't know how to process it. So their feelings get hurt. And that's just hilarious to me. It's a little comeuppance if you're a shill for these products. Or for someone like me, it's just like, I don't know, like for instance, me being a stickler, it's like Mecha Random. She plagiarized Mahler's Black Panther review to say her own review. She didn't even see the movie. And it's like, it's cheating. You get kicked out of school for plagiarizing a paper. And no one really called her out for it. She kind of ostracized herself with other dumb shit, but so I'm glad she's gone. But it's funny because almost every channel that I've just not liked or had a problem with, they usually get found out to be like frauds. or, well, I don't really care, but I covered it because it got me money. Again, Captain Marvel is a great example where it's like, oh, I was getting annoyed with all the Captain Marvel coverage of like Geeks and Gamers and other channels. I look back, it's like, man, I should have did it more. I should have did it myself and, got 5 or 10K subs off of it. But it wasn't me, man. Like, I said my piece and I was done. Because I actually want to, like, be a part of making media good. Even if it's just through commentary. All right, now we're on the other backside. All right. This should go quicker. Since I've already been exposed to building this whole wing set. It's crazy y'all are hanging out with me doing this. Appreciate it. It's kind of perfect. I've been wondering when I was going to do a stream with Legos because I've been sitting on this for a few weeks wanting to build this set. And it's like, well, perfect. Gina Carano. We'll talk about that afterwards, but this is a great intro, I guess, into dressing her thing. I have mixed opinions, but I haven't seen the full story regards. But I do know apparently Elon Musk followed through with that call he put out on Twitter a while ago. If you've been attacked, free speech, whatever, I'll put money towards a legal thing for you. So, hey, he's sticking to his guns, However much of this is just PR, business moves, or whatever, it's like he seems to actually believe what he's saying. So, until he shows otherwise, I'm like, hey, good job on that. I've not had bad reservations about Elon, but I do think he's a businessman. But some of his business he's done is to go counter. So he definitely is a culture warrior in some way. Taking some risks unneeded for himself. Don't think he's a savior necessarily, but I'll give him props when he does good stuff like this. I don't think Carano will win. I think they'll Disney owners will exhaust these people, but we'll see. All right, so we got the back tail done. Got both sides now. Now onto the wing. Well, I guess we got to do a couple of these other pieces. Not so fast. Democracy is an illusion. Oh, I agree, Richie Duke. I agree. I am pro monarchy of some kind. Facts. Or some sort of elitist republic, maybe. What the founders intended. I don't think people that get welfare should be able to vote on people giving them more welfare. Yeah, it's just the average citizen. They're actually working more. They don't have the connections. As much as you want to complain about actors being chuckleheads, having political commentary. I mean, these people actually do go to parties with politicians, so they have way more of a chance to actually be educated and know behind the scenes stuff to who to vote for. I'm just saying their affluence gives them an advantage the average citizen doesn't have, thus informing their opinions outside of money. The fact he denied 3DSs were being used in the first place says a lot about ISOM. Yeah. Is that a Larry Shunghite pod racer? I do love Larry Shunghite. That's a good one. But no, what we're building is Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter from episode 2 on Camino. And chiefly I wanted this because I love the Kaminoans. Even if the Lego build is very silly, because again, she doesn't have legs. She just has a block for a leg set. All right. Go ahead. This piece. This is coming out nicely. What else do we need? Okay. Definitely, if y'all know good, what do you call it? Copyright free music. You think I might like to change up with what's the preset on StreamYard? Definitely send it my way, and I might integrate it in a future stream. Make it a little better for y'all. Let's get this sticker out of the way. What are some things you want on this channel? I'm here to serve as best I can within time constraints of my work and stuff. It's kind of impromptu, and it's like the Gina Carano thing is definitely something to capitalize on, I guess. Later down the line for the stream. It's just weird how the Carano stuff's going on, because I've been like gone from like full support to being like, all right, I support you, but like I'm not rabid. Definitely don't get the simping or people pretending, oh, like she's the best character of the Mandalorian. We love Cara Dune. Who the fuck loves Cara Dune? She's just like side character thrown in. She's fine. It's not horrible or anything. It's just like, you can quit pretending this is like the role you really want in Star Wars. Like, she's not all that. All right, we're definitely getting ball rolling now. You can definitely see what we got here. Love the cockpit piece. Oh yeah. The Obi-Wan pod racer. Not to be confused with Larry Shungite. What do you think Larry Shungite looked like before he went bald? What kind of hairstyle do you think he had? It's a 4-piece. 4-piece. Do. Larry Shungite. How excited are y'all for Horseman? I'm very intrigued what they're going to give us with Horseman. $199. You coming here from Geeks and Gamers or D-Day Cobra or Drunk 3PO? So I don't know, is 199 supposed to be like the area code down there in Florida or what? Don't know the story to that. Oh, cool. Thanks, Bucks and Broad. Let's see. I missed this earlier. You said, why did you think it was good enough to put out in the first place? New question. I'm sure asking is, are you truly proud of what you put out? Well, again, Eric July is just putting shit out to make money. He's trying to capitalize off of dumb, fat, out of shape whites. he hates white people, but he's reliant on white people as his majority customer base. I think Gary July is kind of racist against white people. That's okay. It's just call it what it is. What it is. Oh, no, shit. Come on. Sometimes my fingers don't want to work. My grandmother had Parkinson's, so I always like lose hand ability with like little tools and stuff. My hands don't want to work right, so I always worry I'm gonna get Parkinson's. I haven't had any shakes or anything, but she lasted till she was like 96, 97. So she got around pretty good until like that last year or so. So generally seems I have good genetics to pull from my father's side, but just always in the back of my head. I'm always a little worried. Oh, okay. This is where the droid's head will go on if I wish. So that piece right there, it spins. That's where the head's going to go for the astromech. If you want to pose him with being on the ship, he's actually going to go like that. Be kind of like when he's like, oh, what's that, Obi-Wan? Let me put out my satellite feed. Okay. All right, we're almost done with this. So I'm going to need that. Put this black piece, and then one side. Cool. Black piece. Tiny black piece. Let's see what we got going on in the chat. Horseman, by definition, makes me question if someone rides him or he rides himself. White guilt for the right wing. You talked about Gina yet, or will you do that after you clean this Lego set? Yeah. Only got to finish this wing. And that's the end of it. So then we'll get on with Gina, Rob Leifeld, Horseman. Hey, what's up, Robco guy? Legos, fuck yeah, says Papa Cotton. That's right. Looks like Jedi Starfighter. You're correct. It's Obi-Wan's from episode 2 on Camino, which will get in contact with Jango Fett's Slave 1, which I do not have that set. But I could get it if you super chat me money. Not required, but if you want to build Lego sets, then makes that your request with your money. Just throwing it out there, guys. I would hate to have to play with Legos. Yeah, Wookie, I've had this set for a minute. I've thought about doing a stream, just bullshit stream like this, and then it's like, oh, Gina Carano, so we can talk about that once I finish this piece. I got a couple more pieces. Get done. Am I missing? Nope, right there. Yeah, this is where we're at so far. Wookie, it's almost done. got this wing done. We're making essentially the same symmetrical on the other side, and it'll clip in these two prongs. This is one of the prongs right there that like slip in. So if you do it like that, there'll be a second one down here where my pinky is, and it'll go where that prong is, clip in. And what's cool is they added a little motion piece for when you pose your astromech onto the wing, because you can't put the whole body. But they have this hollow spot that I feel was meant to be for the astromech. Yeah, see? Fits right there. So, oh, maybe that's where we store the body? Let's see if it fits. Yeah, I guess so. Cool. Wish they'd actually have like a Camino scene set where you're in the cloning facility to make it more worthwhile to actually have the Kaminoan in the set, because it's like, well, yeah, she talks to him, but she sees him at the door, but it's not really, she's not really important to have in the set. Like, I partially want it just for her, Conway, but not really needed. All right, so we need these white pieces, blue, kind of need that. So it's gonna. What's been going on with you, Popcon, if you're still here? Just saw JD dropped another Horseman video. He's really trying to compete with Sturgis for Eric's top bitch. I think it's pragmatic. I think JDA is kind of typecast himself being an extreme right-wing guy, and so he has to be cheerleader for someone like Eric. Whether it's advantageous for him, like to be hired on or something, I don't know if that's an angle, but I think that's part of it. But I definitely think JDA has some reservations with the Saskas and who they are being on this company that he's been supporting. Buck says, I don't know if people can post links, but I found the site. Hopefully transfers over to YouTube DMC. Yeah, put it in the chat and I should be able to see it. If it won't go through, I have the YouTube open so I can approve it. If not, oh, fake Sturgis says, I'm always top bitch. I bought the Dune Ornithopter Lego for my brother-in-law's birthday. They ain't cheap. Yeah, dude. Like, it used to be the rule of thumb for a Lego set was like $1 for every 10 pieces. But now it's getting crazy. Like, there's a X-Men set I thought about getting, but it's like $85. And it's about as maybe 100 pieces more than this. This is like a $30 set. 28 or 282 pieces. It's not bad, especially with the licensing of Star Wars kind of marking up the price for the piece count. It's not bad, you know. That's like, okay, it's, we have an understanding of pricing. Within the Lego X-Men set is $85 for 400 pieces. It's only twice as much as it should be. So think of that what you will. What the? Okay, I have to do this backwards. Let's see how this works. Yep, that's how it says to build it. Let's see. It just seems really far away. What the hell? I'm trying to see where I got this wrong. Let's build it right. Okay, I see where I messed up. I put this on beforehand. Idiot me. There we go. There we go. Yep. Slight gaff. And then we pop these bad boys in to stabilize it. There we go. Slevin Calvera, or Calevera. Sorry, try to pronounce y'all's names right. Let me see if you posted that. All right, Slevin Calvera says, I heard someone went onto Feet Finder and gave Sturgis YouTube link that he would pay money for feet. His Discord has a rat. Is that true? Are you like an actual Sturgis Discord? That's funny. Yeah, that ain't cheap. Old Sturgy. Yeah, thank you all for being here. Regardless, hanging out with me. It's nice to have company while I'm building, and watch time pays off a little bit at least. We're almost at $200 for my expected payout this month, so that helps make Methgator a thing. Appreciate it. All right, now I gotta build the gun. That's about it. So, come on. There we go. I'm not sure what's going to happen with this piece. We'll see. Got the trigger. There we go. Trigger. Where are we at? There it is. All right, so it's going to go in front of the astromech. It's got us a couple guns now. All right, so this must be the landing mechanism. So, first Lego set I remember I had more before because I had a few random standard Legos. I had enough to make like color coded. I'm from Oklahoma, so I like going to the rodeo and watching like bull riding. That was always cool to me. I was a big Lane Frost fan as a kid, watching 8 Seconds. He's already dead by the time I was born, I think. But yeah, it was just that's what I was really into. So I'd make these bowls. I'll try to recreate them just so you get like what they look like visually. It's very simplistic, but I always liked like doing blue and black, red and white. That's very kind of autistic about my color coding, what went with what. Try to keep them all monochromatic if I could. Yeah, okay, we got the landing. And then, okay. Nice. Look at that. About done, it looks like. Let me see what else. Okay, we got a little satellite piece. Put that here. Boom. Nice, got this little satellite. Oh, that's cool. I like the detail. For Lego, it's not always going to be proportional, so that's cool. Oh, okay, so this stuff shoots sideways, it appears. See, this is the problem with these kind of guns. It's way too hard to reload. It's such a tight spot trying to reload this. All right, we're gonna shoot. Let me shoot at this buck, the haunted vagina. We'll be shooting at the haunted vagina, people. All right. Nice. Not a bad gun, given the earlier mechanisms I've played with. If you don't know, if you're not aware, Lego streams and Peg. What is up, Sigma Centurion? I see you. What was I gonna say? Damn it, you distracted me. Oh, I was gonna say for members, you can join at $1. That's just support. Notice you more in the chat, but $10 stream tier that gets you in for raffles at the end of the month. Not really making any money off that, besides just to throw back into finding stuff in like the $30 to $50 tier range for giveaways plus shipping. So I'll probably like go in the hole actually doing this for this part. But if you haven't seen, I'm just going to show one thing, maybe two, but this is like something you can get from winning a raffle, being a member. So more or less I think I'm going to do every 5. I might have to do 6 or 7, but I want to say just right now, every 5 $10 tier members, you get a chance to win something like this. This is a 12-inch Phoenix. I have a comparable 12-inch Shock T. I'll show you right here. This is the Shock T figure. It says 40. That's like an old sticker. I got it for like 60 or 70. But yeah, I think it's worth putting in $10 to try to win it. But yeah, give me ideas for future stuff of what you want to see, or raffles ideas, something to incentivize you to be a member, join the Patreon, whatever. Help me try to make my comic. Trying to give back though. I don't want to just take your money. That's why I say go to grab a poster if you haven't on the Fund My Comic link in the description if you want to support the channel. Nice. All right, we look at the back here. What are some other sets we got that to look into? Nothing crazy. Most of the sets kind of gay, but I have one of the versions of this. I think they've done 2 or 3 of the ATTE. Again, this is why it's the AT-AT and not the AT-AT, like you retards OT people say, oh, AT-AT. No, it's ATTE. They don't call it the AT-TE. They call it the ATTE. Or the ATST for the chicken walker. It's a military acronym. I don't know what it stands for. I'm assuming it's like all-terrain something, but yeah. That ships from Obi-Wan, so it's just, besides this one and the ATTE, they don't really have cool sets right now of like stuff where like, oh, I really want to have that piece of the movie. And we still got a few extra pieces to screw around with. But this is Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter. Pretty nice. I like it. The guns are pretty good for how annoying they are to load. But this looks great. I'm trying to show it off to you properly, but the camera's pointing down at the table, so. All right, let me turn off my camera. Give me a second to set this up so I can talk to y'all about some Gina Carano, our princess. 1 second, guys. All right, let me just set my camera up and then we will talk some Carano. Go set up my camera. Here we go. What the hell is going on here? All right. Can you guys hear me? Just trying to set up my mic. Be a little better. There we go. All right, let me turn off this music. All right. Let's check how the camera looks. My shit's all crooked. We will figure that out later. Because that'll bother me. Huh. Well, we're going to get rid of you, Mr. Prototype. Don't you worry. All right, we got rid of that guy. And move him. There we go. I think we're good. I think we got rid of Prototype. All right, let's look at there we go. Ban user. Goodbye, Prototype. All right, let's look into this Gina Carano crap. All right, so Hollywood Reporter. Gina Carano sues Disney over Mandalorian firing in lawsuit funded by Elon Musk. The actress claims the entertainment giant discriminated against her for voicing her right-wing opinions on hot-button issues. In an escalation of a standoff over firing in The Mandalorian, Gina Carano is suing Disney and Lucasfilm for discrimination and wrongful termination in a lawsuit that opens another front in the battlefield for influence over Hollywood that is drawn in corporate America. Carano, in a complaint filed on Tuesday in California federal court, alleges she was fired for voicing right-wing opinions on social media. It seeks a court order that would force Lucasfilm to recast her. Wait, you're not trying to force them to just pay you damages? Okay, this is interesting. Did not see this. Elon Musk making good on a promise to foot the legal bill for users who claim they have been discriminated against due to their activity on his platform is helping fund the suit through X. So I definitely see the advantage for Elon Musk to get behind this, because if they can have a... Maybe this can lead to something legal state to state or federally of like reinforcing the line between user on a platform and the platform being culpable. You know, the whole advertiser stuff going on recently with Twitter. I'm just trying to figure out an angle. This is speculation. In a statement, Twitter's head of business operations said, as a sign of Twitter Core's commitment to free speech, we're proud to provide financial support for Carano's lawsuit, empowering her to seek vindication of her free speech rights on X and the ability to work without bullying, harassment, or discrimination. Lucasfilm in 2021 announced that Carano might not be returning to the hit series after sharing a post implying that being Republican is like being Jewish during the Holocaust. It was the latest in a long string of posts in which the former MMA fighter drew the ire of social media users for her right-wing positions on hot-button issues. Carano, who dropped It was dropped by UTA following the controversy. Previously mocked government mandates to wear masks during the scamdemic and falsely suggested that voter fraud occurred during the 2020 election. Let me unpack that a bit. So that's a mixed bag. Fortunately, when you invoke the Holocaust, if you're not using it the way they like you to, then it's anti-Semitic. This goes both ways, actually. Especially after Palestine, both sides are kind of split, being anti-Jewish or Zionists. If you're like generalizing, memeing them, it's kind of funny that both sides, left and right, have a divide on that issue. And yeah, if you're a right winger trying to utilize the Holocaust, what are you doing? We all know it's a progression that you didn't just overnight round up all these people and send them to camps, that it was progressive, step by step, and it starts with dehumanizing your enemy. So I think Carano really got it right with her assessment. It's very comparable. Like, if this could be the beginning stage of something like that, although it's way harder to round up people on a political spectrum versus an ethnic or religious spectrum. Let's see what the chat's saying. Let's see Gina go with this. What do you mean, Becky? Let's see. I'm trying to make sure I'm on the right tab. Lucasfilm. Make sure I'm on the right thing. All right. According to the complaint, Disney and Lucasfilm harassed and defamed Carano by refusing to conform with their viewpoints on issues relating to BLM, preferred pronouns, and disproving claims of election interference. While she was allegedly fired for her culture and religious beliefs, Carano argues that the entertainment giant turned a blind eye to her male co-stars, who allegedly made offensive and denigrating posts directed towards Republicans. She points to Pedro Pascal's 2017 posts comparing former President Donald Trump to Hitler. Oh, he also compared everyone voting for him to the Third Reich and to Confederacy. Suit says Disney required Carano, who was paid $25,000 per episode as a guest actor and later negotiated for a one-time $5,000 bonus, to meet with representative of the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Discrimination, so GLAAD, and demanded a public apology. See, that's why I paused it. I'm like, is this going to be an acronym? And yeah, it was. It was GLAAD. And if you've seen her interview with Ben Shapiro about all this, so he essentially is told to, like, hey, you're going to get on like a Skype call to be woke scolded by 45 non-heteros to get in line. And it's like, that just seems weird. Defendants went on so far as to try and convince Carano's publicist to force Carano to issue a statement admitting to mocking or insulting an entire group of people, which Carano had never done, the complaint states. After she refused, Carano was told to meet with Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy and 45 employees who identified as alphabet people. According to the suit, she declined and was terminated shortly after from The Mandalorian, as well as other titles, including Rangers of the New Republic, which I'm like, thank God, who the fuck wanted that? Clearly the Republic sucks. That's what they're layering in the Mando. It's one thing I like in the Mando season 3 is them starting to layer into the sequel trilogy, give you more background into the politics. So you have like nothing for a new empire being reborn. Carano also alleges Disney engaged in a post-termination smear campaign, citing the removal of an episode of Running Wild with Bear Grylls, in which she appeared from the show's scheduled lineup in an effort to malign her. Though the episode eventually aired, Disney allegedly omitted any mention of her name and likeness in promotional materials. The suit faults Disney's termination of Carano as the impetus for UTA and her transactional lawyer dropping her as a client. Carano brings claims for wrongful discharge and sex discrimination. She seeks an order and forced Lucasfilm to recast her, and at least $75,000 plus punitive damages. Some of us have been unjustly singled out, harassed, and persecuted, and have our livelihood stripped away because we dared to encourage conversation, ask questions, and refuse to go along with the mob, she said in a statement. Well, the fact that she's like doing this, it seems like she didn't really make anything from the Terror on the Prairie. That the Daily Wire deal was a bad deal for her. And I'm one that like defends that movie. I think it's a fine cowboy movie. It's a fine Western movie. Let me see. Lawsuit in the making or a righteous return. I don't want her back in Star Wars. It's going to be funny if she somehow worms her way back in and then everyone pretends, oh, I love Disney. Well, man, it was great because Carano's in it. That's definitely part of the pander, is pretending they hate Star Wars because she's gone. It's going to be hard for her to prove any kind of damage. Being booted from Disney is a badge of honor. I disagree, Stoney. It's definitely going to hurt you. The way she was canned from Disney, it's definitely smeared her to be Third Reich personnel in the eyes of the public. See, at will, employees who make up the majority of private sector workers often face an uphill climb in obtaining damages for terminations over problematic online posts deemed to be offensive and in violation of workplace policies. Unlike employees in the public sector, such workers are not shielded against discipline under the First Amendment. Oh, that definitely hurts. On X funding the suit, Carano added, I'm honored that my case has been chosen to be supported by the company that has been one of the last glimmers of hope for free speech in the world. Last year, Musk pledged to fund legal action for users on X who claim they have faced discrimination by their employers over their activity on the platform. The effort came with no limit on cost, with Musk saying he would go after the board of directors of the companies too. Amid a hardening position on issues such as gender politics and race in the Republican Party, DeSantis made holding woke corporations accountable one of the main pillars of his failed presidential campaign. Last year, he assumed control of the special tax district, controls development around Disney World, in a move intended to retaliate against the company for voicing opposition to a law that limits classroom discussion on sexuality and gender. See, I think that was wrong too, of DeSantis. You shouldn't use it's a fact of life politically, but politicians should not be using their authority to target. Ultimately, the Disney company is an individual entity, and so like they have rights to free speech. I would say my assumption legally. So even if it's like, yeah, shut them down, like you like the rhetoric or whatever, it's like actually legally, it's like I don't like that precedent, because this can be, if you enact this at some point, Florida being a swing state could turn Democrat, and then they point at Republican based companies in the country or in that state. It should really be hands off, because it could go either way depending who's in charge. So I don't like this as a precedent. But yeah, that's the end of that. What do y'all think of that? Carano suing Disney. Let's see what the chat's saying. Nothing so far. Let me pull up this Katie did piece. Where is she? There we go. So Katie shared this clip from Luke Stone of Fund My Comic, who we like Fund My Comic over here. Let's see. Let me go back and find that. Okay, here it is. Don't know what this stream is from, so I'll have to dig in, but I did watch this and comment. Let's look at this. Present. All right, this is titled, this is essentially a short, but it's longer than a short, so it's a video. It's titled The Impact of Big YouTubers on the Comic Industry.
It's all conjecture, but it's still a reasonable topic to have a conversation about, is that Eric is taking a piece of the pie and there's not enough pie to go around. And people are upset because he's taken so much of the pie. But someone says that, now I didn't get this sense from having him on last week. But this is what people are saying, that he doesn't respect the art form. I disagree with that. Like I didn't get that sense at all last week. I feel like he does respect the art form and that he loves comic books, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
wait. He respects the art form of 3D asset printing, I guess. He respects warehouses and shipment. I wouldn't say, given the books we've gotten, I would not say he respects comic books as an art form at all.
That sparked my idea for this conversation today. And we were going to have it next week, so I just flipped weeks. But we're going to have it this week, is that he's taken so much of the pie and there's not enough pie to go around. So the people that are going to suffer are the smaller creators. And I can see where some might think that, but I am kind of at my core against that statement. And I'll get into why in a little bit. But do you guys think that the pie is shrinking and that when these other guys come in, these big YouTubers come in to make comics, that they're taking portions of the pie away from us?
Interesting. See what y'all think of that. DJ Gravy does not agree with Luke at all. He respects everyone sliding his cock down their throats. Yeah, I would agree with that, more or less. I'm surprised you didn't get more. Here's the thing with the Horseman, is like, that's totally fine that that's a thing, but it's like, where the hell is the Yaira? Let me look on YouTube real quick. Where is Yaira? How have we not gotten a trailer to get ready for Yaira campaign? Rip-a-verse. Let's see. Last video is the Horseman show we watched. What, last week? Okay, this is interesting. Let's look at this. Let's peruse some Rip-a-verse real quick. Wait for this clip to go away.
I'd have to ponder on how I would exactly handle something like that. I would have to Fearless Leader. Actually,
like the guy in what's his name in My Hero who talks to the animals.
Shoot! That guy.
I want to go like full
so
Beastmaster.
sweet.
Gotta go full Beastmaster and be born from a cow.
Just go
that...
Animorphs, man. Like, why half-ass it?
Full Animorph. Yeah, I'm game. Fucking
You're gonna be okay.
Power though. Yeah.
I'm just trying to work out the logistics.
So the quick summary is witch took baby from queen, put into cow, took cow out to field, cow gave birth to baby that now can speak to animals.
How?
I think you broke him.
The cow, like
beats a 9 to 5.
Away.
We could all watch it together. It's a classic. It's called Beastmaster.
I feel like it was shot in Canada.
Oh man!
Direct.
But the plot is still better than anything coming out right now. So
Az's face was priceless.
Oh my god, these people are fucking horrible. They think they're so cool, and it's like, this is cringe as fuck. It's funny watching them. If they really think they're like cool and winning. Becky says, let's hope it's a righteous return. As looking lame as ever. Of course. It's just, I've never seen that. It's interesting to see. This is some of the content you can get on the Rip-a-verse official page on YouTube. Where is it? let's look at this really quick.
Hey guys,
This is why I make the river such a big deal.
I just wanted to come on here and I just explain to you guys, because you're probably wondering, you've seen me in the past like year and a half, making such a big deal about.
Whoa! What are you wearing? What, that hat is illegal. Can't have an ISOM hat. I'm gonna let the ministry know you're wearing illegal paraphernalia that is not related to the International School of Ministry or Good Shepherd Ministries.
Books, ISOM, Ripaverse, and so I just wanted to let me adjust this real quick. I just wanted to come on here and tell you why I make the Ripaverse such a big deal. And the reason why is because I personally, if you know me, you know that I love Marvel, I love superheroes, I love comic books. And to me, like that means a lot. For some, like for example, some people to them, like Harry Potter means a lot. Like for like my wife, that Harry Potter means so much to her because she just loves it so much, and it brings her so much joy and entertainment. Comic books in general have been that to me, and it's something that I cherish and I will always love. I'm 25 years old. I don't think I'm ever going to get over it. But I'm not a worldly person. I'm really not. I don't try to make a big deal about politics, or I used to not. And I just like to stick to my own corner and just stay to where it's at, and just I'm not all about politics. I don't support a lot of things that I don't agree with.
This is the thing I'm noticing. I think it's very valid to talk about things going woke or not, and how it ruins franchises or not. But there's this commentary repeatedly of like, just make a good story, don't put politics in it. I just want escapism. And it's like, I feel like most of the best stories made, comics or otherwise, have something to do with the politics of the world, but we're analyzing them through fiction and kind of removing ourselves a layer from the real world to maybe impersonalize it a bit as a conversation or an argument, conflict. And so I've come to see this point as like juvenile, where it's like, I just want to be a child. That Superman made me happy in 77 or 79, whenever it came out. And I wasn't thinking about the real world at all. I could stay in my little safe box of Superman. It just sounds very juvenile the more I hear this kind of commentary. I don't want to deal with the real world. Same kind of commentary people have had about gaming or something, where it seems avoidant to me. I wonder what y'all think of that. Is that Liam? Watch a whole video of Weapon X10 of him reviewing ISO, and he barely told anything at all. And yeah, this guy's a neckbeard. I don't really care about the neckbeard, but yeah, it just feels kind of childish. Is that Liam? No, it's not. No, it's Weapon X10 being a neckbeard and a fanboy as usual. He's just a leprechaun. Don't be hating on gingers
that are out there in the world right now. And it's, I used to be able to just open up a book, just enjoy it without having to worry about the things that are out there. I read to get away from the world. I watch movies to get away from the world.
Confirming it. He's confirming it. I don't want to deal with the real world. there's a way to handle it in entertainment, but the best, like, oh my god, we were watching Hush, Batman Hush. You know, everyone freaks out because, oh my god, they got lesbians. Buzz Lightyear's got a lesbian kiss. These same people never complain about hot lesbian action in like a Batman film, like the Hush movie. Even though it's manipulative, Catwoman's being controlled by Poison Ivy, but like it's hot because she's making out with whoever she's controlling with her plant power. And it's like, oh man, she's making out with Catwoman. That's awesome. No one's complaining about that. You know, he should be. I think someone like JDA might, but you know, he more or less sticking to his guns of his like very hard right worldview. I can appreciate that. Even if I disagree, I can appreciate. I feel like JD is pretty consistent. Having a culture war in comics about sexuality, though, gets a little fuzzy because it's like pretty much everyone that's a great artist, they're probably looking at Playboy or Vargas models or something. You know, it's all smut, erotica, or just straight pornography they're pulling from, especially something like Wonder Woman. It's her whole origin is fetishism, you know, BDSM and stuff. She's wearing a burlesque outfit. It's got a rope. She's always getting tied up. It's very sexual and intrinsically. So I definitely take reservation with some of that commentary, because it's always about like, oh, look, they're making the women ugly, and them sexy. I want to be able to fap to them. That's like the takeaway. And it's just funny because like I'm not a deep knowledge comic guy, but I'm always learning. And I'll read you an instance here. Okay, so I got the Avengers Disassembled. This is the last stories of Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor leading into Avengers Disassembled. All right, so if you flip to Iron Man, it's very interesting because here's the introduction. Years ago, as Iron Man, Tony Stark helped form the Avengers, even donating his family mansion in Manhattan for its headquarters. Since then, the Avengers status has changed many times. Once agents of the U.S. government, recently the team became a sovereign power under the aegis of the United Nations. Politics. Tony Stark's status has changed too. As U.S. Secretary of Defense, he now owes his first allegiance to the U.S. Well, his new role bring him into conflict with his old allies. And then, like, the start of it, it's like they're talking about garbage, and no one's taking the garbage out. It's like, well, yeah, we're in New York, but this is United Nations land, so they don't have jurisdiction to deal with this. And you got protesters saying UN out of US, America first, no globalist army in New York City. Let's see what else. Falcon comes to, I guess, the Avengers Tower. And it's like, hey, buddy, you work with the Captain America. What's he think about you guys working for the conspiracy? He's like, conspiracy? It's like, you know, for your world government, your Kofi Annan's private army right here in the middle of occupied Manhattan. Kids used to look up to the Avengers when they were American heroes, not this free agent business you got now. So like, this is using politics to make a worthwhile plot of like where the allegiance of the Avengers stand. Politics are helping the story. Politics are center in Civil War. Should we allow superheroes to be independent agents, or do we have to register them, thus rob them of their secret identities? But Rippaverse has politics. Does it? I really feel Rippaverse really needs politics to make more sense. Says to a certain point of view, it's true that entertainment is escapism, but most don't know how to say that woke comics are bad because they're preachy and poorly written. Yeah, it's really not politics. It's like good stories have an argument. Like the only like preachy angle you should have is like Nazis bad. That's outside of that, any political conflict should be like an argument. Both sides are presenting good points. Where it's like, oh, thanks to capitalism, we can do X, Y, and Z. It's like, right, but thanks to capitalism, you have no culture. It's all just business transactions. for all the prosperity you give people and food, communism gave people a culture to uphold, gives them an identity nationally. These are arguments that are political for a story. I just saw that in the side. I just wanted to see what this guy was saying. Let me look at his channel. Oh, he's talking about the Horseman. Let's see what he has to say about.
So last semester, I actually scored 95.
Why am I getting ads? He doesn't even have 100 subscribers.
And
What is up, mutant freaks? Joe Bennett and Chuck Dixon have done it again. They have come up with such creative ideas for the Rippaverse, and guys, we do not deserve. No, we do. We do deserve Joe Bennett and Chuck Dixon, especially Chuck Dixon.
I take offense to that Weapon X10.
Oh man, I just saw this, and I'm thoroughly excited for what's about to come of this new announcement that Chuck Dixon is about to explain. And honestly, I'm so thrilled. So let's check it out.
Joe Bennett had this idea, and he presented it to me, and he said, what the Rippaverse really needs is a street-level crime-fighting character, a guy without any superpowers, self-made man. And so Joe and I together created the Horseman, and we presented the idea to Eric, and thank God he liked it. So we're creating a one-shot presenting the Horseman, just super action, the way only Joe Bennett can deliver it. And it's going to be a lot of fun, I promise.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen, the Horseman. The Horseman. When you hear that name, it doesn't really fit for a superhero. But as soon as I saw this design, I thought, okay, that's it. That's the Horseman. This is awesome. The Horseman, guys. I love the blue tint to his armor. I love the helmet. There's like a mane right here, which I think is kind of cool. The blood in the background, especially the detailed blood in the background.
It's so funny to hear Ripitard go, oh my God, I'm so excited. This is insightful. I love this journey we're on together.
Down and on the floor. Oh, these clubs, guys. These clubs are so cool. Name a superhero that you know that has clubs like this. Like, look at those. This is... Oh, man, guys. This is so cool. And I'm so looking forward to every single project that the Rippaverse has to offer. Like, every single one that they have announced. I've just been so... But the one that I'm looking forward to the most... is Norfrica. Where in the world is Norfrica?
Oh my God, Norfrica, guys. Aren't you so excited for Norfrica? Here's the thing. I don't know if you've heard me talk about this before, but I mentioned it, and I've had more commentary about this thought of Horseman. What is the template of a superhero? You know, the classic blank man, all right? Batman, Iceman, etc. Catman. You want to have something cool and then man, if you're going that pattern. This is supposed to be like Batman, where he's got no powers. And so he's utilizing the horse as his imagery and his aesthetic. but there should be a clear delineation of like, oh, he has the power of the horse in some way, even if it's artificial. Like Batman has a cape that he can glide with, so he flies like a bat. He's got, he's a kind of a demonic character as far as, and I'm not saying this is like some paranoid Christian. Watch me this far, I'm not Christian, but Batman is completely demonic in the way he presents himself. The bat has a lot of usage, either directly as its own animal or things pulled from, especially the wings, for like demonic characters like Satan and whatnot, his angels. He's the Dark Knight. He utilizes the darkness, shadow. It's all like deceitful and nocturnal. It's all kind of evil coded, and that's the subversion of Batman. Is he is the hero, but he's completely opposite to Superman. This bright beacon that doesn't hide his face. Batman is in the shadows, and he's the symbology of the bat goes back to his trauma as a child, and so he's actively trying to terrorize criminals. It's just all very like brutal and aggressive, and again, the imagery is very demonic. It's all like he's very evil coded aesthetically, but he's a good guy. Horseman, what are you gonna wear? Hooves? There's nothing cool about a horse to translate to a person, unless you're doing like Rule 34 or something. Horse cocks, I mean, those are huge. So are you going that angle? Clearly not. So it's like, what do you oh, they're very frail legs, like horses are great, war animals. But like just the nature of a horse is to be like whatever great warriors had a horse, Alexander with Bucephalus for like kind of the prime example. It's still like a creature, a beast of burden being led. It doesn't really have its own agency like a predatory animal, or even like an elephant or gorilla. Those are both elephants, vegetarian, gorillas mostly herbivorous. I don't know the right word. They're mainly herbivore the way they live. They're omnivores, but gorillas are, especially the silverback, they're very volatile, high T. And there's like a human translation, very human like. So it's cool if you're like a gorilla person versus horse. Horses are skittish, frail legs. They're beasts of burden. They're vegetarians. It's nothing cool to pull from Horseman. Unless it's a joke character. Catman has not been iconic. He's kind of a silly character. But the template of a cat, whether it's a house cat or a tiger, like cats are predators. The best hunting cat is like a little cat. It's like a wild little cat size, like house cat size creature. Can't remember the name of that species, but you get what I'm saying? Let me check the chat. Tell him to read 90s Chuck Dixon if he likes the colors. It's the same as Azrael Batman. Yeah, I've seen that a lot. Horseman has the Ira colors, though. Interesting. Angus, you should do digital review copies to the more tame Ripa fans. Maybe he might like it and promote your book. Well, until he finds out you're on the detractor list. Yeah, I'm not opposed to doing digital. Like that's something in my mind, especially with like people in other countries outside of the US that want to read my book. If I don't have like a liaison to print overseas to avoid shipment pricing, then I got to talk to Critical Blast about fulfillment if it's practical for me, depending what I expect the backers to be to get Methgator overseas. But yeah, generally I've just assumed to do digital. Trying to figure out the pricing. Like if I do like a $25 book, what would I price a digital? I thought about doing multi-tier actually for digital, where it's like, hey, here's digital, let's say for $10 versus, hey, here's digital if you want it like right now and make it like $30, where it's like actually at a premium if people want to review it, so it's not just so easy because the basic digital backers wouldn't get it. They get it secondary after the physical backers. But it's an idea I've thought about, is making like a premium price for like get it now to review. Thus limit people trying to like pirate. People really like it. They're going to want to buy future stuff. So I've thought about this. Ocelot, I don't know. I don't think it's the Ocelot. Batman uses fear. That's close I can see to demonic. Again, don't think of it as necessarily like me being Christian, being like paranoid, but what you think of demonic generalized is like just evil aesthetics. Batman's a very evil coded character in his presentation for heroism. He's a subversive character as a template because everything about him is villain coded, yet he's a good guy. You know, it's very interesting because I don't know if they necessarily intended that from the get-go. I think it was a lot of just, hey, like, how do we incorporate a bat into this guy's suit? But the more it's built out and stuff, it's you can pull a lot from this. It's very gothic, very dark, nocturnal. It's just a lot of things where it's like it all adds up to like bad guy, his aesthetics, his presentation. That's my kind of deconstruction of like, well, why does Batman work? And again, I think a lot of these characters are just trial and error, and it just resonated the right way. And so we don't, certain things like Batman, Horseman, there's the same naming template, but there's a reason why Batman is cool and Horseman is gay. And it's because when you think about like, well, what are you pulling from the horse versus a bat? It's lame. It's a fucking farm animal. It's like Cowman, you know. I'll never make Cowman, even though I'm literally Black Angus. Trash casting. Oh, interesting. Probably got a lot going on tonight across the Star Wars and comic spectrum. Trash cast. You got the Gina Carano stuff, all these Star Wars channels to cover. I wanted to just look at this Katie did thing before we go. Where did it go? Okay, so we got 2 clips, 2 minutes apiece. So let me present this. Thank you for giving me the heads up, DJ. All right, here we go, Katie.
It's a with a 5 says the Horseman got me hyped, but you're the detractors have to be foaming at the mouth. Or your detractors have to be foaming at the mouth. I don't doubt they'll contact DC Comics to attempt for what they don't own shit. So I mean, they could do it if they want. I mean, I'm pretty sure they would, but you know, we're squeaky clean over here, man. I think the last little, I don't even want to call it a hiccup because nothing happened out of that we had pertaining to our character item. Show people that we know what the fuck we're doing, and probably that's just not going to work out very well. We also have the money to have rock star lawyers should conflict do arise, but we're doing what we got to do. Shout out to you. We got Katie did a channel with the 2. Do you take PTP's deal? We saw the picture on X. Deal. I don't know what you mean by deal. I did finally get to meet Patrick. I met Patrick and his wife. Saw him at the con, of course. Saw him at the meetup as well. We got to chat as well. But yeah, no, the only thing Patrick does for us is same thing he's been doing, and he did our cards, not the actual artwork, but the actual design of the trading cards that you guys have. Do I have one here? I don't think so. Yeah, I do. I got one here. So like when you see the actual design of the card, like border, everything around, that's what Patrick's done. So yeah, that's it. It's right now. He's good dude, man. With us, he's worked well. He's love working with guys that know what it is doing. So
what it is.
That's all we have that we work on. He has his own stuff that he's doing, obviously, with Riot Press and everything. So all is good.
I thought there'd be more with that, but this is the one that stuck out to me.
But the 20 says, any plans for New York Comic Con? Also, Horseman sounds silly, but the design looks badass. Gonna do campaign for it or just regular release on the site store? We probably won't be doing a campaign for a very long time.
Not doing a campaign for a long time. Is this why Yaira's not been released yet? Is this what's going on, Ripa? Is your numbers dwindling, so you got to hide what your actual sales are now? I wonder if with this storefront angle, if he's not even going to show like the amount he's sold to cover up the declining sales. It's just fascinating to me, given how he set himself up.
No, the Horseman doesn't sound silly. It's just that people think we're calling him Horseman. Which
you heard him say Horseman.
I guess I can think that sounds silly, but I can't even say that sounds silly because it's comics. The amount of a lot of those. It's a lot of those, but yeah, it's not Horseman, it's Horseman. Like that's what you call a person that like Horseman isn't a new word that we made up. So I think people are like college. I think it says like horse dash man. Like it's not what it's not Horseman. It's Horseman.
It's Spider-Man. Get it right, people. Spider-Man.
But even then, it makes me want to like, I don't know. I mean, I didn't create the character, so I don't have much say in that. I mean, yeah, I guess I have a say, but it almost makes me want to now create a Horseman. How would I build an actual Horseman? Like if that was going to be his name. Like, do you give him powers of a horse? I don't think you do that. What do you do? Something to ponder on. But nah, that's it's Horseman, not Horseman.
Just him thinking about it. What do you give him the powers of a horse? This is great. Oh, I love this. I'm so glad Katie clipped this. This is going to be a super chat clip.
So, like, what do you individually call? You think of 4 horsemen, if you're whatever, maybe biblical or whatever. You think of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. When you call one, you don't call that one a horseman. You call him Horseman. It's not a new word. It's a very, very there's a whole lot of like we call it, like you heard the term statesman, right? You don't call a statesman a statesman. Like this is not how you say it. But yeah, Horseman. That's how you say it.
I love it. All right, last thing we look at. I saw this on Bleeding Cool, kind of the go-to comic news place. So regardless of their shillery, they do have value. Let's look into this. Rob Liefeld announcing his retirement from Deadpool. Leifeld, creator of Deadpool, with Fabian, whatever you say that last name, from Comics and New Mutants 98 back in 1990, has announced that 34 years later, with a new Deadpool 3 coming out, he will no longer work on the character. He writes, "I'm retiring from Deadpool. It's official. Yep, after 33 years of not only introducing Deadpool, but chronicling many of his most popular adventures, it's time for the Deadpool daddy to say farewell. One of the fun parts about getting older is you can retire from things, so here I am." So I worked up one last crazy Deadpool yarn for the fine folks at Marvel, and they responded with electric glee, and I started producing it last month for release summer 2024. I wonder what life would be like if I had not created and sold not just Deadpool, but Cable, Domino's, Strife, many others to Marvel. What if young Rob hadn't taken the challenge of transforming a title that was headed towards cancellation? It's one of the better alternate universe tales. Certainly transforming my young career, creating opportunities and record-breaking sales for New Mutants and X-Force. Creating and introducing Deadpool Core, featuring Lady Deadpool and Dogpool, was a great function of my midlife crisis during 2009. In 2015, I started Deadpool Bad Blood, getting Deadpool his first original graphic novel, and his only chart-topping #1, ranking to date an achievement that got me a round of congratulations to Marvel Brass that pumped my chest out further than Captain America's. No other auteur has combined to write and illustrate more Deadpool work. I'll complete this journey with over 1,000 pages alongside my mercenary misfit. So I'll finish this one last Deadpool story, and trust me, it's a wild one, and call it a collaboration for the ages. It'll be fun. In case you're wondering, why now? That's easy. I'm 57 at the end of this, and my eyes are still functioning. The work continues to be strong. I want to go off the best effort I can muster. The hand-eye coordination won't be there forever. I'll elaborate more on this on my next Raw Observations podcast. I look forward to taking this journey with you, the world's greatest fans, who have always provided the best support a cartoonist could ever imagine, and that is saying something. So yeah, Leifeld's gonna call it a day, unfortunately, for you Deadpool fans. Although I don't know if Deadpool fans like his newer stuff. It's kind of a just blind spot for me in comics. Never been interested in Deadpool really. Like the movies though. So yep, that's all we got. I guess go watch Trashcast, or Vito will be streaming probably for some Tuesday Night Griff. I feel like he's definitely got to cover Gina Carano. And what else? Maybe Geek Getaway will be live about an hour or two. Regardless, have a good night. Hopefully Trashcast will be fun. Maybe we get some more Horseman content. And I'll talk to you later. Oh, I almost pulled the leave studio. And in the stream. Here we go.